We are recording Team Legacy Fit call, and today is July 9th, right? Yeah, today is July 9th, 2020, and today's topic is Instagram stories. It's going to be a quick call, but I definitely wanted to cover this topic because had a lot of questions about this. So we are going to go over the Instagram stories. So one thing that's really cool is that Beachbody gives you kind of a guideline or a roadmap of things that you should cover in your Instagram stories almost daily. Does mean you can't cover other things, but they lump it into different areas. So I'm going to just go down the business activity tracker and cover the areas that Beachbody covers. And I'm going to give you guys some examples and some tips. So the different areas that they mention are definitely your daily life. You don't want to come across as a Beachbody machine and only post Beachbody, post products and all that stuff like that. And we've talked about this before. When you do post stuff that's fitness or nutrition related, like I've got my Energize here, but I call it my legacy fuel. I know a lot of the women on our team call it mom crack or unicorn crack or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different names for it. Just make one up that speaks to you. For me, this is my legacy fuel. It's kind of manly and I like it. So anyway, but definitely use that curiosity marketing when you're talking about Beachbody stuff, instead of Shakeology, superfoods, whatever. But a big portion of your story should be your daily life, things that might not have anything to do with fitness. Could have to, a little bit about health or whatever, if, definitely might filter in if that is, really what sums you up. But most of it is, things that you do, your daily life, people that are following you, that are thinking about becoming a coach on your team or becoming a challenger in your challenge group are going to want to know who you are as a person. So that might be going food shopping, that might be going to Target, that might be playing with your kids, going to the beach, whatever you do in your daily life, include it. Your dogs, stuff like that. For me, this is where I say it touches a little bit on health is, part of my daily life. I talk about my meditation a lot. And that's cool. And so I do that, but I also filter in my kids a lot. I filter in my dogs a lot because those are the things that are important to me. I'm a New England Patriots fan. So during football season, I'm often posting on my story while I'm at games. And so that's kind of the easy one. Just whatever you're doing, just post about it. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge whether it's interesting or not. Because again, people want to see your daily life. So if you're doing it, obviously use some discretion as to what you're posting about. And you don't ever have to feel like you need to post something just to post or anything that you're uncomfortable with. But don't prejudge and say, no one's going to find it interesting, me going to Target. Yeah, they actually might. Who knows? Maybe you're browsing through clothes and you can sit there and say, I kind of like that, but I kind of like that. Which one would you pick? It doesn't matter if you really care to their end. You might already know which one you're going to pick. You might be buying both, but it's a good way to get engagement on your stories because you can use the little poll features. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, all the different features you can use within Instagram stories. The next topic is workout clips. Okay, you're being product of the product. So you are going to be doing your workout clips. So that's a big portion of it. What I do typically And I can go in and I can do a video about how I do my workout videos. Everyone's got a different way of doing it. There's a whole bunch of different apps. Some people use Triller. Other people just use TikTok, or some people just, like me, I just use iMovie, and I can do a video about how I do my workout videos later. But what I try to do is I limit my workout videos to 3 clips, sometimes 4. So I should say I limit it to 4, but really I try to stick to 3 clips. You don't want to reproduce your entire workout. Nobody cares that it's leg day and there was 18 moves, and you don't need to show all 18 moves. Honestly, like today was shoulders, and it was shoulders intervals from lift 4. My workout video, I did 2 shoulder moves and 1 hip move. That was 1 round. And that was it. It's 3 15-second clips. Made them an iMovie, downloaded them, and then I applied. Recently, I've been doing motivational speaking through the music app in Instagram stories. But you can do music, you can do just regular sound, you can do whatever you want. So that's the workout clips, but you want to show that you're doing the workouts and following a program. Now, along with your workouts, you want to talk about it too. A good way, and I don't do this enough, and I got to do this more, but oftentimes I'm like in a rush, finishing up my workout so I can get to work and stuff like that, but no excuse. But when you put in your workout clips, like put in, again, 2 or 3 clips of your workouts, and then after, talk about it, or maybe before, talk about it. Talk about whether it was hard, or whether, when Megan has the new sample workout out, and obviously the new workout's out too for coaches. So if you've done a new MBF workout, then talk about it. Oh my God, that was like the hardest leg day I've ever done. That was crazy. Or, oh my God, that was so fun. And I did this when we started 10 rounds, because I just don't like cardio. I do it, but cardio's hard. And I just noticed through the 10 rounds, I'm like, this is like the most fun cardio. And it's like, yeah, it's 10 rounds of boxing and you're sweating and dripping, but it's so fun because you're sitting there and you're like punching, you're like 1, 2, and you're just having a good time. So I talked about that after. I'm like, literally, guys, this is like the most fun I've ever had doing cardio. And it's effective, so win-win. I talked a little bit about the next topic, products. So you want to show that you're doing your products. Drink and Energize, drink and Shakeology, drink and Recover, whatever products you're using. And again, you don't have to do it every day. Like maybe pick a different product every day to show off. It's not like you have to show your Shakeology every single day. And you don't have to be so blatant about it either. Like, oh, look at my Energize, blah, blah, blah. Have it in the picture. Or, have a selfie of yourself holding your Shakeology. Or something I did last summer was I picked a different ingredient in Shakeology, and I took a picture of my shake, and I just said, hey, did you know that ashwagandha is in Shakeology? And what's ashwagandha, you might ask? And then I put in some tips, like some facts about ashwagandha and why it's so good for you. And then the next day, maybe I did moringa, or any of the other ingredients. And I did that like pretty consistently, like probably about 4 or 5 times a week. And I think I was like doing hashtag ingredient of the day or something like that. So there's different ways, and you can always change it up. But as I mentioned at the beginning, don't, subscribe to that curiosity marketing. I'm talking to a coach now, someone who's interested in becoming a coach. And he had mentioned to me that he just had to know what I was drinking. And I mean, I didn't even think I was doing it that well, but Because sometimes I feel a little like, if I'm saying I'm drinking my superfoods or I'm drinking my legacy fuel, I almost feel like people know what it is, but they don't always. And he's like, I've seen your results and your results are awesome. And I just had to know what you were doing, what program you were doing. So don't sit there and say, yeah, today I did lift 4 and I drank my Energize, and after that I had my Recover, and for lunch I had my Shakeology. You're just giving them all the answers without having that engagement. You want them to come and ask you questions about it. So all of the different code words are out there, and just use them and bring them up in an authentic way. For me, and again, I kind of recently hashtagged my Energize as my legacy fuel, because really it's going to fuel me onto my legacy. But a lot of the women on the team call it like mom crack, I think is the favorite one, or unicorn crack. Depends on what you like. So, but show the products that are helping you get your results. Part of that too is these little guys. Don't forget these. I always do, and I was reminded about it, but show these containers. How beautiful this purple container looks when it's filled up with the most ripe, beautiful, delicious looking blackberries. Awesome. Just do that. Just put it right on your plate, fill it up, and I don't know, say whatever you want to say about it. Snack time, healthy snacks, whatever. Use your discretion. Taking the blue container and filling it up with guacamole might not be the most attractive thing, but I often use the purple one to show fruits. That's my favorite one. Sometimes the vegetable one can be nice too, or just displaying them all out and saying, a lot of people starve themselves of carbs, but you know what? I get 4 of these little yellow containers, and that's more than enough for me. Whatever. But just make sure that you're going and showing the products without mentioning the names. And again, that's even listed here in the business activity tracker. It says product use, no brand name shown. So that's great. The next one is healthy meals or meal prep. I don't meal prep, I'll be honest with you. Every once in a while I do it. I'm not a good meal prepper. And the reason why is I'm spoiled. I have an awesome wife who cooks every day, and we follow the trackers. But we just cook every day. And so I don't often meal prep. Now that may change when I have to go back into the office. I don't know. Probably not. Because I've been in the office before, and I don't know. I just don't meal prep. But I recognize how important it is, and I've done it before. I know how to do it, so I teach it to my clients if they need it. Meal prepping is awesome. It is, if you do it, definitely show how you've done it, because people love that stuff. They love, unless you're like me and don't like meal prepping. But if you like meal prepping, you like seeing how other people meal prep and getting ideas of making different meals and showing how much food that you can make in one sitting and have that huge time saver. But if you're like me and you get a freshly cooked meal every day because your wife is awesome, then show your meals. And you don't have to show every meal, but show 1, maybe 2, depending. And don't just show the good, show the unhealthy ones too. Sometimes it's balance. If you're going out with friends and you're going to a Mexican restaurant and it's taco night, hey, who doesn't love a good taco? Then show it. It's about balance. Show how you're able to get results and live on a balanced plan and fit these treats into your meal plan. The next is invitations, promote to groups, or calls to action. So it's a blanket statement. Whatever you're inviting to or calling to action, it could be something like a challenge group. It could be a coaching sneak peek. It can be to a, I don't know, 3-day nutrition guide that you're giving away for free. You know, hey, I'm Marcy and I'm super duper nutrition person and I'm smart as a whip and I put together this awesome 3-day meal plan and I'm going to give it to you for free. Drop an emoji in this box with your, or drop an email in your email in this box, or whatever you want to be your call to action. That's your call. You do this and I will do that. So, or hey, message me, swipe up, click the link, whatever your message is, and then give them what that call is. Like, hey, message me if you're interested in being part of our MBF test group. Message me if you're interested in going to the coach sneak peek. Provide your email if you want me to send you my 3-day nutrition guide. Or hey, I just made this awesome guacamole dip. Send me a message if you want me to send you the recipe. You know, it's anything that's a call to action, because you've got to focus on giving. You're giving with your invites to whatever it is, whether it's a challenge group, coaching, free recipes, free workouts, free, anything. If you're giving something, that you're giving it away to people, you just have to give that call to action. You have to tell them what you want them to do and make it clear. So you should include those. I mean, oftentimes after my workout videos, I have a canned workout video that promotes to my challenge group, or I will talk about my coaching sneak peeks coming up, or whatever. And then I give them a call to action, and that's that. The last thing is recognition shout outs. So I have a lot of coaches that tag me in their workout videos. So I will share those and give them encouragement. Or if someone on the team rank advances or earns their highest paycheck or something like that, you know, I'll give them a shout out, with obviously with keeping some discretion. You know, I don't want to say, hey, so-and-so just made their biggest paycheck and it was, you know, X amount of dollars, whatever. But, you know, hey, Meredith just rank advanced to Emerald and I'm so proud of her. Or Marcy just did this, or something like that. And shout them out, or just shout out, you know, a challenger in your challenge group, or show, you know, somebody, maybe you'll start getting your customers and clients in your challenge groups who are going to be texting you what their results are. Like, oh my God, I've already lost 5 pounds. And then you respond to that. I always ask for permission. Like, hey, do you mind if I use this in my Instagram story or in a post or something like that, and block out their name and stuff like that. But you can say, love seeing my challengers putting in the work and getting their results, and they're so happy, blah, blah, blah. Because you create that curiosity, you create that, as they call it, FOMO, fear of missing out, with those who are watching you. And trust me, people have already started watching you guys, and they're going to keep watching you. Some are only going to watch you for a couple months before they join. Some are going to watch you for a couple years before they join. Your job is just to stay committed and stay true to your journey and keep sharing. So that's mostly what you can post about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is like sharing items. If you follow somebody, or if, like, you know, maybe, I don't know, trying to think, good example. If you follow somebody and they have an awesome post or something like that, if you find that your followers would benefit from that, you can share that to your story. I wouldn't do it too often. The other thing you can do is, if and I do this every once in a while too. Like if I find a motivational quote that really speaks to me, sometimes like I'll post it in my challenge group, but then I'll be like, you know what, I want to post this on my Instagram story too, and I'll post it. Just don't get in the habit of sharing too many quotes in a row. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some coaches that you go to their thing and it's like 17 motivational quotes in a row. People like one or two of those, but not 17 in a row. So just try to change it up. Think about, have I spoken in, how many Instagram posts or story post has it been since I've actually spoken? So I try to change it up a little bit, between pictures and videos. So it's not like 27 pictures in a row and then finally a video. So I try to filter it up, but I also don't want to do too many videos in a row without a little picture. So just play around with it, and definitely ask, another coach or a friend or whatever, hey, what did you think of my story today? Is there anything that you think I should, me better than everyone else, is there something I should be posting more? I try to do that check a lot, and I know there's stuff that I go days without posting about. So I've always have to do that recalibration and get back to posting on, some of the things that are important to me. And so what is that? Like, think about the 5 things that make you who you are. So like my 5 things: being a dad of dogs, being a football fan, I'm into fitness, and I'm into, what's my 5th one? I don't even know what my 5th one is, but that's enough. Anyway, so 4 to 5 different things, and post about those. Oh, being a hockey dad, so post about hockey all the time, is my 5th one. But those are things that I post about. And again, I don't have to post about them every single day, but if you're following my story through the week, you shouldn't be seeing like multiple days in a row without me posting about those things. So, and again, I know I do. It's probably been about 2 days since I posted about my dogs, so I should put something about my dogs on my post tonight. But, certain things you're going to post about more often than others. But definitely fall back to what makes you up you. Now, if something different happens in your life and you want to capture it and put it up, that's fine. Then definitely do that. Like, for example, I am planning to, and I'm not sure I'm going to accomplish it, but I'm planning to go to the garden center and pick out some bushes and flowers for my house and maybe actually get them planted. If and when I do that, I'll probably put it on my story. That does not make me a garden planting expert. It just makes me somebody who's going to do it because I recognize my flower beds are clean but bare and they could use some friends, and I don't feel like paying somebody to do it. So I'm going to do it myself. And I'm probably going to have fun doing it, but pick something to do that. But for me, when all is said and done, I fall back to having fun with my kids and with my wife, my dogs. My workout videos are always in there, my call to actions and so forth, and also my cheering on my fellow coaches. So a lot of information on just one topic, but Instagram stories is where it's at, and also Facebook stories too. So Facebook stories is something that I know a lot of coaches didn't take a lot of stock in because the following seems to be greater on Instagram, and it is. I probably get 3 or 4 times more viewers on Instagram than I do on Facebook. But I've noticed Facebook stories have been picking up, and I've always continued to post there. And there is an option in Instagram where you can link your Instagram to your Facebook account and have your stories automatically post. The only exception is if you're sharing someone else's post from Instagram, it doesn't automatically post to Facebook. But you'll be able to see that because there's a button down below where it'll have your Instagram story, your Instagram icon with a Facebook icon next to it. And if that button's there, then it will automatically post. If it's just your Instagram, then it's only going to go to Instagram. So that's the way to know whether it's going to go. But after you post to your Instagram story, you can save it to your device, or you can have it automatically saved to your device, and then you can manually upload to Facebook to keep them consistent if you want to. So that's that. Features. Definitely use features to improve your engagement. So that can come in the form of polls, questions, a little scroll bar, how much you like or love something, but be careful when using that. So I create a lot of waves every time when I say, should I shave the beard? Right for yes, or left for no, or whatever. And trust me, it ends up in the middle, and it's a big, huge debate, and I have no intentions of shaving my beard anytime soon. But I just know it's an engagement booster, so I will ask periodically. And the same people come out of the woodwork all the time, the beard haters. But definitely go for engagement. So something I always do in my workouts is put a poll: did you get your workout in? Yes, or I'm doing it later. And always try to have your engagement be positive on both. So would you like more information? Don't do yes and no. Do yes, sign me up, or I need this. So that way, either way they press the button, if they click either side, you can go and connect with them. So you always want to do that. I think that's pretty much it. So, hey, Marcy. Can't hear you. But wanted to see if you had any questions. Huh. Yeah, I can't hear you. Maybe if you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. No questions. Okay, cool. Then I guess I covered it all. All right, so that was the topic today. I did, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. So if there are no questions, then we can call the meeting for today. And I'll get the recording up as soon as possible for everyone else. All right. Cool beans. Have a great week, guys. And we'll see everyone next week. All right. Take care.